Hi, my name is Jeremy Broon. Now, one of my confessions is an addiction to stalking around B&Q. That's the equivalent, I think, of Home Depot in the USA. And I regularly stalk around looking for interesting bits of equipment, and just look at what I discovered the other day, a real bargain. Suddenly a load of ex-demonstration power tools were dumped on a table in a bargain box with everything under £20. Now some had parts missing. An instant mob of DIY vultures swooped, and I managed to pick out in the nick of time before somebody else grabbed it this gorgeous looking little cordless jigsaw, and then I quickly scrummaged around for a drill head sporting the same livery. There was a battery but no charger, so I took the gamble that I'd pick up a charger equally cheap on eBay, and I hoped that the battery supplied was working, because if you don't recharge lithium batteries fairly promptly, they don't last very long. Well, I was pleased to discover a battery and a charger on eBay later that evening, and I paid only 20 quid for it. Unfortunately, the guy selling it had the drill stolen on site, so the other bits were surplus to his requirement. So all in all, I paid 20 quid for the charger and a battery, 20 quid for the jigsaw and a battery, and 10 quid for the drill head, so that totaled 50 quid. Not bad in a day's work. Okay, so I don't have a handbook, and I'm guessing at how long it takes to charge the battery. Now, my instincts were correct, because it wasn't just getting a bargain, as this tool cost several hundred quid new, but what a delight it is to use. It has a great look, a good substantial weight, a soft feel with its rubberized plastic casing, and just look at the control you've got with the variable speed. It's poetry in motion. And most important of all, it's safe and easy to use, because you simply depress the trigger. Now, I did look for the trigger controls before I actually parted with my cash. It doesn't have one of those safety lock dead man switches, which I find are a nightmare. Just look at the single-handed control I get with the variable speed, and the blade is dead easy to install as well. Okay, it doesn't have an oscillating action, which tends to make jigsaws cut more efficiently, but I put this little beauty to a simple test, just to see how long a cut it would make in 3/4 inch chipboard. Well, it's a handy tool for getting large boards or planks to fit into the back of your car when you visit B&Q. My other confession is I don't really need this tool, as I already have a superb Hitachi jigsaw I was given by the company in 1989, and it's still going strong. I also have a Ryobi jigsaw as part of the prize of an award I won in 2006. Oh, and then I bought this little McAllister jigsaw from B&Q, which I don't really rate because the controls do not suit left-handed people like me, but I do rate the drill that is part of the 10.8 volt system. I think a jigsaw is quite underrated, and a cordless one a joy to use, even if it lacks the stamina. Use the right blade and you have a very versatile tool that has the advantage that you can take the tool to the material, whereas with a bandsaw you obviously have to take the material to the tool. But just look at the variable speed control you get. What a great piece of engineering when you think of the job it does. And it's an innovative tool as well. I used a jigsaw with a very fine and narrow metal cutting blade to separate the door panels in this innovative cabinet I designed a few years ago. Now, before I close, here's something a lot of people didn't know. The reciprocating action of the tiny blade means the wear is concentrated on the central portion of the blade. I sometimes introduce a sub-base plate that lifts the saw when cutting thinner materials and utilises the other teeth. It just prolongs the blade a little, and of course the choice of blades is a science of its own. Well, long live the mighty jigsaw. It's one of the first tools I ever had because I could not afford a bandsaw when I first set up workshop, and I'm still using one today. Thanks for watching.